That was quick. Ryan doesn't give me a warning.
I
She
do
gave
every
me
time.
a 3-minute out. And I mean, now come on.
And then I say, I'm going
You
live.
can have earthquakes in 3 minutes.
Oh, goodness. Hello, everyone. Hope your Sunday is as happy and wonderful as we are today, I guess. It's very rainy today. I haven't really actually been outside, but I did hear all the rain. And I guess we got the report that it would be rainy all day. I'm okay with that.
Me too. I like rain.
Hey, this is P over here.
M over there. Patricia. Mariah.
And together
We
are
are PM Artist Studio.
Hello and welcome to all of y'all. Such a great group we have already. If you haven't given that thumbsy upsies, please do that. You know it's very important here in the beginning. If you're watching on replay, thumbsy upsies are very important there as well. Leave us a comment below. Do all that YouTube business. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. You know, click that little bell. Do all the, hoop-de-doo magic that,
Makes a difference.
makes a difference. Let's say hello to everyone. Be sure to say hello in the chat because we are live right now. So this is important so I can say hello back. I love to say hello. Okay, I gotta turn your chat to live chat. See, I remind myself when I remind you. It's helpful. All right, we have Ann Lover, Heather. Oh, I'm so glad to see you here, Heather. Belinda, hello. I'm glad you are returning. Brad, Carrie, Daniela. Hello, Daniela. Darcy, Devin, Diane, Belle, Eva Macy, Fran on the Edge, Jolyn, Joni, Judy P, Liz. Oh, somebody else just popped in there. I think it was Evie. Hi, Evie. Lisa Mingus, Liz, Mary Ann. We have Nightbot. Remember, Nightbot's our girl. We call her girl because she's, she knows things. So watch for those posts in the chat. If you're new, she gives you lots of information. She's prompted by you in the chat and mainly our moderators. But, she's just doing things. Let's see, we have Pinka, Ricky, Sandy, Silver Granny, that's Lynn, Sirius Hecka, that's Lisa, Susan Dufresne, Texture Junkies, that is Sharon, Tina, Trish, and Violet. All right, and those people with the little wrenches next to their name, those are the mods. Remember, if you have questions for us, if you are on a desktop or certain mobile devices, it doesn't work on all phones. But if you hit the @ symbol and then you start to type in PM, you can select it, it lights up, and then it lets me know, and I can read it here in the chat. And then, we're well on our way. But a lot of times our mods are watching out for you guys as well. Now, let's do our usual little announcements. Remember, you guys can still sign up for the October giveaway. That's the $100. $100, y'all.
Yeah, nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, so if one of our mods would drop in the hashtag giveaway, that would be mucho helpful. We also have them the November header. If you want to know more about that, you need to get in touch with Judy P. She's one of our mods here in the chat. She's also one of our admins over on the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. That's where much of this information can be found and where you need to participate. Because lots of these people that, in fact, pretty much everybody that's in here is usually a part of Makers. That's where they post their pictures and we get to see their art and interact, and we love it so much because our community is badass. That is what I feel today. We have a tag swap going on. Now, sign up is closed. We're hoping to get P's done today. That's on the agenda.
Yes. I promise it is. I've got various stages, and I just pulled another print that I'm going to use.
We've got new things to play with, too. We're very happy about that.
Yes.
All right. And then the Makers Creative Collab, remember that's going public for the YouTubers on the 29th. So I think, is that coming out like this week or is that like next week? I don't know. I'm still a little undecided on what I'm doing. I got an idea.
Me too.
Didn't you already do your thing?
No.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you because you might want to get involved.
I might jump on her bandwagon. She might got a good wagon. Need to get on it. Hitch up.
I'm standing here ready to kick you back off because it's not going to be something you will like and you will try to make me do other things.
Okay, yes, it's probably best not to involve me. All right, let's see here. Oh, Rhonda is with us. Wonderful. I'm so happy. All right, that brings me to. Do we want to show and our lovely Carrie Griffiths? Okay, so we have a new designer, which is our Griffin Shale Manor. That's Rhonda. You guys saw that awesome leaf thing she posted in Makers. I was like, hey,
well,
that needs to be part of our thing. Here,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
hanging on the hootie-doo here. Oh, you got a print.
Oh, I've got
I'm going to go
many,
topside here.
many.
And Carrie, don't worry, Carrie, we're going to give you some loves,
Oh,
too.
yeah, I got
She's
it
been
all
pulling
ready.
prints. All right.
I'm prepped.
I'm going topside. So we've been busy little bees here at PM Artist Studio because I was like, oh, I love the leaf. I love the leaf so much.
We're
Rhonda,
really kind
do
of
you want us?
we're leaf people. Uh-oh.
You're good. It's just tapping it.
okay.
You didn't hook on. So yes, we have Rhonda's leaf set along with a strip.
Which
That's
I
what's
apologize because I have isolated one of the leaves for use with the tags.
Yes.
But that can be pulled off, and I don't know, Mariah, this might be just a little, an idea if somebody didn't want to commit to the whole strip or the whole series here. One of these little leaves in a square, kind of like we did our little,
Well, we'll talk about that. Let's see,
Okay.
we can always...
I'll show you why that's a good idea.
Okay. Hey, we can always add little different things. And do remember, like, not only are you kind of supporting PM Artist Studio when you buy these designer stencils, you're supporting them too, because
Yes, they get...
Yeah, this is a whole licensing, like, legit deal.
Yeah, they got to sign some stuff.
They gotta sign some stuff.
This is like attorneys are involved.
Well.
Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's supposedly legal and whatnot.
Yes.
You get monies.
Yes, I'm going to put those right over yonder because I've already got... I just thought it would be a great thing if we started out with all the ones that I have the first layer down.
Yeah.
Because then by the end, and this kind of reminds me, Mariah got a snotty comment by some,
Somebody that doesn't hang out with us.
clueless person
I just...
who engaged their mouth before their brain started working.
Yeah, they were like, well, it would have been... That was... I felt... I can't even remember. I just deleted it because I was like, I don't need your negativity.
Yeah.
And basically, the comment was that they were irked that they didn't see the full process. But you guys know, because guess what? You show up and you understand that some of these take multiple streams to be able to see the layers and things that go into it. I just want to say, if you can't put your time in, then you just don't even deserve a comment back.
No, and we're not going to dignify you with any kind of...
Although here we are getting all fired up about it.
Okay, well, if you're listening now...
That's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you didn't get to see me put these down. I guess you could complain about that also. But most of you know how this works. Okay.
Well, we'll kind of go through it again here in a little
We
bit.
will go through it again. But, I mean, here, you can tell from the leaves how many layers. Now, part of this is just because I've got some blue leaves back over here. I thought, we would kind of go with a little bit of a fall theme, a little bit of glitz and a little bit of glamour, and then just, pull some green leaves.
Joni, you may want to refresh.
Is she not?
She says it's a little blurry, but and then make sure you check to see where it's streaming at. You can select it because we should be in 1080.
Yeah.
We should be.
I'm drinking coffee today rather than liquor, so we'll see how that works.
She's been a little grumpy last couple days.
It's because I'm out of my favorite liquor and I'm not drinking the cheap stuff.
Yes, and she was out of her happy, the probiotic for a day or two, right?
Yes, I was.
I think that really messed you up.
I was feeling snarly.
Yeah, it was noticed by
all.
most.
And right now I've got sneezy nose. I just had a sneezing fit, so I hope that's over with. Okay, so we've got leaves. And this stripper, I really thought about taking this, and how I would use this is I would get out my bigger plates and put it on there multiple times, and you've seen me how I scrape it on with the credit card and then go over it with my brayer to kind of smooth everything out. So that you would just, I mean, then you could just take and cut these into tags. I mean, you know, wow. How
Obviously on the tag.
Yeah, I'm on the tag thing. Well, the other reason is, here, I want to show you this.
They're fun. They're fun.
All right. This is all the stuff that I cut off of when I make my paper the size I need it for the plates, right? So I've got all these little pieces of paper, and I'm bound and determined I'm going to use those suckers. But I have been using these other tags, and I'm really spoiled by the surface of those tags, and I'll show you those in a minute. But we're going to get on with this.
Oh, super chat. Thank you, Lisa.
Aww.
She says, here's some coffee, Pete.
Bless your heart. I'm telling you,
That was a good choice.
coffee situation around here is we have good coffee.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
All right, now I just have so many things to share with you today, but
Yeah.
I want to focus, get all of these things, something on there so I can pull them before the end of the thing. All right, so the leaves. Since I was going to start off with,
and they are in the shop. I'll put the link.
yeah.
And then we're going to get to Carrie's too, because he has some really cool things there.
Yes, we do. But right now what we're going to do is we've got this down, and you should always turn it over and look at this side, because this is what you're going to be getting. It's not this. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, you know, and then you turn it over and go, well, that's crap. I want to make sure that
Scaring me there.
I have what I've got.
Like
there.
it's true, yes.
Rather than, you know, all right. So there is a little bit of green in there, and I think that's kind of cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this really, woohoo, Pebeo. Now, Mariah says it. Pebeo, whatever, you know, that French stuff.
Yeah.
And boy, there's
That's a nice
good
one.
little, I did take all my little hootie doos off of there.
Because they were starting to, I saw them sort of.
Yeah, and I was worried that I was going to put my Baron over there and pick them up and then, you know, do
Yeah.
really bad.
Very,
Now,
oh, Trish, thank you.
let's think about this just a moment.
Trish is giving you stars and some super chat monies. Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
hey, y'all, did you notice my bird skull?
She was kind of sad about it the other day. She's like, "Do you remember that?" And I'm like, "I kind of do." I mean, seriously, guys, this lady.
Well, it was hanging on the board. It was just hanging low. Down low, hanging low.
Does your skull hang low? Does it wobble through?
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. A little absolutia. But now we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to take some of this. And this stuff, you can get the whole thing. And Mariah and I've talked about, I still have another, you know, I go in cycles on this stuff. I just use the crud out of it and then I don't use it for a while. Ah!
She's okay. A little more than you wanted.
A little more than I wanted. I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
The love in the skull, yeah.
Oh. What?
Anne had the same song go through her head, yeah. Hey, Z, how are you?
We're going to just, and I'll probably forget that and reach over here and muck something about, but maybe not. Okay. All right. Now, oh, dear Lord. I mean, you know.
What you
it's
doing,
just,
lady?
Making messes.
You're worrying me.
Making messes. Making messes.
Did we get through everything? I feel like, you know.
What?
Did
Announcements?
Announcements?
Yeah, I think so.
I just kind of felt like I was leaving something out, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I got my notes over here, so that's been helpful.
That always is. Write it down. Boy, I'm glad I took out some of that. See what that middle stuff's doing there?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Well, it's I think that U.S. art supply stuff is a heavier body.
All right, now when you have excess on there, you don't want to be putting a lot of pressure on initially when you put your bearing down, because that, you've noticed some of my prints are kind of, well, that's because I was bearing down and they did a little bit of slippage there.
A little slippy slidey.
Well, Mariah and I have been going through the prints again.
Oh, I have a lot to list. I'm going to put up new artwork on Monday.
Now look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's a nice little nod to, you know, here we're coming out of summer into fall.
Well, we're going to go back. We're going to go back.
I don't think it was a real skull.
What?
Like, did they silver plate
It was done from a mold of a real bird skull.
Oh.
A little 11-year-old Indian in the not dot. It was either Santa Fe or Albuquerque.
Very PC. But
Had
okay.
made these, and he was very proud of them.
As he should be.
I know. I just was like, whoa, this is really.
Geez, just
cool
even
stuff.
make a mold. I mean, that's
Yeah.
artistry in itself.
Well, you know, the whole. His dad was there also, and he had other things. Okay, I think that this is going to be a simply wonderful color, and I am going to put a little bit of the green in here also. But I think that these two together, oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just use this that I've already got on my.
Hello, Anthony. And I guess Carrie he purchased one of Anthony's Barons.
Oh.
He got the one with the ammonite. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one. That would have been my choice. I love that. Excuse me, I love that. That would have been my.
Hi, Patty Tolly Parrish.
Hey.
We were talking about you. Brad even asked. He's like, "Have we heard from Patty?"
You really missed your
Yeah.
jocular.
Yeah. You add something to our life, Patty.
You do,
Just know that.
and you are missed when you're not there.
I want you to have less of that stripe in the middle. Is that? I mean, I'm trying not to be like.
Backseat drivery.
Yes, you know. Oh, he has another one that he'll put up today with the ammonite. Am I saying that right?
Ammonite.
Ammonite.
I think.
It doesn't come out of my mouth very
It
well.
looks like a chambered nautilus, but it's from a long time ago.
Mm.
It's been in the ground a while,
Yeah.
like several hundred years, I think.
Oh, I'll put a link to Anthony's shop.
Okay, now Mariah,
Ooh,
come on now, give me some love.
I do love that.
And I think that thing in the middle just kind of breaks it up a little bit, so it's just a little bit of nod. Fall might be coming.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, perhaps.
Maybe, perhaps.
Okay, now I think this is fun. I really got in. I this is Poodles and Boots. No, this isn't Poodles and Boots. This
Poodles
is
and platforms.
Poodles and Platforms. I knew it was a P word and I couldn't think of it. But this is its other part, which is, you know, skyline views of Istanbul. That's what I'm calling that.
All right.
But what this actually is it's the edge of what, Mariah?
Oh, that is the edge of portcullis.
Portcullis. I mean, this is fabulous. Now, where's
Hey,
my...
Paula, no worries.
I got it. Well, I'll show you that in a minute. So, anyway. All right, so what I did was I did the leaves. Then I put Istanbul skyline down. And now I'm going to go over the whole thing with another color. And I'm just thinking, I don't know what color to do. Maybe I should do an ombre so that this up here is one color and then this down here
Yes.
is another color.
You should definitely.
Mariah's nodding her head. Yes. Okay, so what are we going to do here?
Oh yeah, the buffalo nickel. I really liked that one. I thought that looked cool. And I told Pete, I was like, there's a buffalo nickel on that one.
All right, well, let's just use old Pebeo on the bottom. And let's use old...
Joni says, yes, make a sunset. Oh, yes, this will be very sunsetty.
This is going to be at the top. Boy, I don't know what happened to that baby. That's had some rough going.
Yeah, so if any of you that have purchased portcullis, you most likely have the outer bits. I think we have always sent the outer part.
Because they're always interesting.
Yeah.
So we're going for contrast here. Okay? Remember, always put if you're ombre, put them on opposite ends. It makes a huge difference for whatever. I don't know what the reason is.
There's probably some science behind that.
I'm sure there is, and I'm trying to not get a huge blob out there like I did a while ago.
You made it.
But I am loving these leaves.
We are also getting rain.
And very thankfully.
Yeah.
Getting rain, because I mean, it was drying up around here. All right.
Oh, yes, indeed. Carrie Griffith says these leaves would look fantastic over a background of broken bark.
Didn't even think that, Carrie, but you are absolutely right. I think this is going to be a stunner.
I love that we're getting some paint down and we might actually be able to pull these by the end of the string.
I don't know. We got a lot of humidity today.
That is true.
Have I mentioned I love my brayer, my
Brayer.
Baron? I do love my brayer too, but I love my Baron
I
too.
love all my printing things.
All right, now let's check it out. You ready?
Woo, I love it. That's cool.
It really is.
And then P has decided, because, you know, now that we're matting some of these prints and whatnot, she is a little bit more aware of positioning and paper size. Because we're struggling. And then we look at how much it is to put a custom cut mat on these, and it's like, well, I mean, that's what we are going to do that to some, but it's a lot easier if we can get the standard.
Okay, this is one of Carrie's stencils. I've got the rest of them buried over here because they're going to be involved in the next little process.
Okay.
So I'll show you the actual stencil later.
Yes, but this is part of...
Oh, no, I don't want to show you this one first. I want to show
Well,
you
that's
this.
part of Lazy Layers from Carrie Griffiths.
Yes.
It comes in one full sheet. Now, we cut ours up. That's up to you. It was his request that, you know, you can have it on one full sheet. You can keep it as the full sheet, or you can cut it up if you want to. Of course,
Okay,
Pete cut it
this
up.
one remained a full sheet.
This is Time Warp.
And I have it in the smaller version also, right?
Yes, and these come in the 9x12, 8x10, and 5x7. Now, the
can
little Lazy Layer ones, it's 4 up on a sheet, so they come out to, you know, roughly like a postcard size-ish.
No, I don't know what I did with those.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, well. I've got them somewhere. That just I used them yesterday, and I was kind of trying to get things lined out here and ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
I
Time Warp
really,
is
I
cool.
love this. I put this down on some Mucky Muck, which I think it was probably from pulling tags.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's going to be, because there is a bit of shimmer and shine there. So I think we're going to go with something like this.
All right, what I'm going to do is just put a link to all of Carrie's designs. He now has 4, which is so exciting. And then I think now going forward, he's going to kind of do one once a month. That's what he was kind of hoping for.
Okay, so here's my dilemma. Do I want to go with matte, or do I want to go with the shiny?
Ooh, why don't you just do a little both and kind of...
Well, I think that that's just not going to work so well.
Why?
Because I think I've already got lots of stuff going on here with the design.
Then shiny. Shiny. Because your front stuff is matte, so this will be kind of cool.
Yeah, okay. I was kind of leaning that way.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hey, Linda.
I just, sometimes I just like to talk through these things, you know?
It's just a step to the right.
Pardon?
Let's do the time warp. Let's do the time warp again.
A step to the left, and step to the right.
Aw, thanks, Collie. Super chat from Collie. Man, we're doing some stuff right today. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Now here we go, Mariah. I'm getting her right on there, hopefully. Because these 6x8 weird sized plates that I love, use all the time, are not necessarily very easy to map.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the Christmas time warp.
Jingle bells.
Uh-huh. This is before you have to go see your Christmas past.
All right. Now,
Hi, Miriam. So glad you're here.
here's one of Carrie's.
Yeah, so this is part of that lazy layer set.
Here's another.
Yeah, and that has the square ones, the circles, and it's
And
the
then-
geometrics.
The
Hexagons.
hexagon. I'm going to pull these using, because I think I might use these on Archipenko. So I need to really think about what I'm going to do here, because this is part of my whole, you know, color scheme that I've got going with Archie.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, oh, I think these new ones from Carrie would look great on Archie.
I think so
Because
too.
remember, we decided that the Archie stuff on Archie's not so great, but we have pulled and separated all the Archipenko prints and papers and things for that, you know, back display that we've
That's
talked
one
about.
of the things that we did the other day.
Like, I
because-
promise this is going to happen someday, but this is just how it works around here. You know.
Yeah, it isn't. It's just how I work. I have collages that have been in the works for years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm serious. Literally years. Before I even started gel printing. How about that? So you know that's at least 2. Some
3.
of them I started when I was in Alaska, and that was how many years ago?
Well, over 5.
Over 5. And the thing about it is, it's, you know, I was thinking about this the other day. A lot of times, you don't necessarily know what it is that's not right, because you don't have the tools yet. You don't have the information you need, or the skills, or the process, or whatever, to make it what it needs to be.
It's pretty much how I became a graphic designer.
And the thing about it is, you know, this is where that little intuitive voice that says, you know, just leave it.
Just give it a break.
Give it a break. Come back. Look at it with fresh eyes.
You know, put it in a box. Look
Put
at
in
it
a
in
box.
30 years.
Yeah.
You aren't there yet.
Just make sure you don't store it in the garage where the termites can get to it.
No doubt. That happened to us. Because we had we had a garage at an apartment and stored our stuff in there, and there were termites. And they ate my art.
They ate through it. We did manage to salvage
Some of it.
bits and pieces. Okay.
I was pretty sad. It was
Yeah.
a dumb move on my part.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. They ate through the bag that it was in.
Well, the termites that I had when I was in Friona teaching, they ate
Oh, the
all
ones
the
at the
paper
school.
off, of the oil pastels. They didn't like the oil pastel.
They're like, no,
Yeah, no, it's like the paper. This is light phthalo blue. If you don't have this color, you really need. It's a lovely opaque.
Oh, yes, you're getting lots of agreements with that. There's quite a few that are, yes, just kind of step away from it, leave it.
Has some kind of hair on there, but we're not worried about it.
No worries, Miriam. You can lurk and listen. Check in every once in a while if you want.
Absolutely.
No worries.
That's what I do.
Okay, so the squares in the circle one, Rhonda, it's a 4 set. It comes up on a full 9x12 sheet. We are not going to cut it. And if you want to cut it, you can. Or you could just use it and turn it. And I think that's how Carrie plans on using
I
it.
did that. I put real paper down instead of tissue paper on my other one.
Oh.
And see, that's what was happening on some of those. That, you know, I was just yakking away and
Just grab a piece of paper and go.
not paying attention. Dadgummit.
Hey, I wonder if we could peel it off of that heavy paper.
Well, you could if it was really, really thick. But I don't think it's thick enough.
Oh, you're talking that it's the hammer mill?
Yeah. No, it's the Jack Richardson. That I just put the other one on. I mean, I remembered on the blue one, but I didn't remember on the other one. The yellow and the red.
Yeah, I like the time warp one. I think it's pretty cool.
Hard time getting it.
Oh, did you list it that way? Okay, hold on. Oh, look at that. So we'll cut it for you. You can request. Look at Brad.
What is it?
So in the options, he has it to where if you would like us to cut it, we will cut it. Or you can just leave it in the full sheet. There you go.
Boy, the back of that sucker's messy.
Look at us.
Messy, 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 messy.
Alrighty.
All right, I think I've got paper down on everything.
No extra cost to cut it. Love it. Oh, that was so nice of Brad. I mean, we kind of talked about that, but I was like, well, I don't know. I mean,
Okay, the next thing we're going to do here. Okay, and this is where Carrie's stencils really come into play. And also,
new tags. She's been hit.
is it Diane who did the leaf?
Rhonda.
Rhonda did the leaf. Okay, well, here's your leaf.
Oh, that looks nice. And let me tell you, that took a little brain power, and I had to bring Brad in to help me on what to do and how to make that into the little stencil part versus the mask sometimes.
You know, I mean, some of them are a little more dynamic than others, but I don't necessarily see that as a problem. I see it as an option.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that we're going to do. Now, this, I'm going to show you this process. This is where I just take my little 6x4 and put down colors, pull them up, put down colors, pull them up. These are my favorites. I'm probably not going to get rid of these right away because I think that they're...
She told me. I have some that I'm not getting rid of.
Yep. They're not going anywhere. Well, that's not to say that they won't in the future, but I think these are absolutely stunning.
She likes to hold on to them, love on them, move them around the studio about 5 million times, and she's like, okay, I'm done with these. I'm done. I don't know where to put them. You can have them. Give them to people.
I'm going to put these in my journal, my book.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can see Carrie's little, the little rectilinear one.
Rectilinear.
Did I did I show that one? I
Yeah.
didn't show it. Because I didn't make one of those. Yeah, I did. Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, here's
and Hopeless Harlequin.
yes, and I've got some good Harlequins back over yonder here. I'll show you in just a minute.
Good stuff.
Okay, so you can see where this is going. I should show those right now.
Oh, Lynn says you need to make a tag book out of those.
I know.
That's usually my
I
tag,
am
Lynn.
thinking the same thing. Okay, I just used this as kind of a pull-off, but I'm not finished with it yet, but isn't it looking great?
Hey, I can make you one of those little envelope thingies, and then you can decorate. You know the little envelope books that you can hold the tags in?
Oh, yeah. I love this because it's like disintegrating. And here is Istanbul skyline with the Harlequin pressed into the paint and brayered over. And this one, I'm going to add Istanbul skyline here. But isn't that beautiful? How that just, and I think I'm going to put it down so that some of this, and you see, you have to think about this. Some of this down at the bottom, I want to preserve the Harlequin stuff. So I might go ahead and put well, I might just do that.
Hiya, Stella.
But I got to pull stuff off, so that can't happen right now.
We're just going to talk about it.
That's another day. Another $1.
Those are just ideas.
Those are just ideas. But I did want to show you what we were talking about when we were... Oh, here's another Istanbul.
Oh, and Sharon says to put it on a ring. Put the tags on a ring. And then you can just kind of have a little flippy booky thing like that.
Oh.
I think we have one of those ring things, right? We could steal one from Izzy's backpack.
I know, but I want to put fancy sari silk through mine. The hole's kind of small.
I was going to say, I think you need to widen your hole.
Okay, you can see the in the background there's the edges of the Sea of C's, and I don't know what happened. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Because I think that looks kind of like, it looks like
Now, is that one of your
Arabic design.
manila folder ones?
What?
That thing you just flopped out there.
That's the edge of Sea of C's. And I just cut it out. I made cuts in it.
Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't. I mean I kind of recognize some of those lines, but you've done much alteration to it.
I've done much alteration to it.
Very good. Yes.
But it thankfully left me a very large margin with which to play around with that. But I sort of like it, and it's kind of like I don't have that ring on. Sickles. Sickles and
Yes.
whatever. Okay, well, here we are with platforms and poodles.
Yes. You guys see them?
See the platforms?
See the poodles?
See the poodles? And then this dude down below. Isn't that great? Okay, I'm handing you this because this goes in with the bee stuff.
Okay.
And I think we already talked about that. Okay, well, there we go. Some cool stuff. Cool stuff. Okay, so that's basically how I did these, and this is, look at this, isn't this wonderful? Look at all those nice layers. Well, I'm fixing to show you how you can do that really rapidly and without a lot of, now these, some of these that look really mucky muck, those are the ones where I just used a small plate, picked it up, changed colors, and this. But I'm going to show you how to do these because this is a good starting place.
Or it could be poodles walking on fire and ice. There we go.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to flip through these rapidly.
Because you know how like you walk over the hot coals? Mm-hmm.
You can see the stencil. Kind of obliterated it and made a really rookie move there with my... I didn't want it to be white, and I didn't want it... So I used some of my golden open in this wonderful color, which I'd like to have it in unopened.
Less open. A little closed up.
Because I'm always pulling that off, and I love that color.
Yeah, and then you're like, God, it's taking forever.
Yeah, it's taking forever to dry. And you can see it's got scratches in it because I put something else down on top of it. Okay, so, I just went through these, and they're not really where I want them. They're kind of, meh. And that's not to worry. They'll be absolutely stunners, and I probably won't want to get rid of any of them. Okay.
Exactly, Cassandra. Thank you.
Now.
And welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Here we go. And I mean, I used, you can see, I mean, these were in a lot of prints.
Yeah.
This one not so much, but it didn't arrive on my desk until quite late yesterday. So it really didn't get a full workout, which we might, it might today. I don't know. I'm going to put these aside for just a moment, but I don't want to lose them.
And they will be off to Carrie soon, so stay tuned to his channel because he'll be getting them and playing with them. I mean, obviously, because they're his designs.
Okay, so Carrie, Carrie and I operate. I mean, if we were on the ends of the spectrum here, I'm over here, Carrie's over here. He's very neat, he's very precise, he's very organized. I'm over here, and it's like willy-nilly and
like pig
chaos.
Pins, like
yeah.
pig pins, the little, things fluttering
it
about.
Is, and I just can't help it. That's just how I work. And when I try to make myself be organized, all I do is frustrate myself and be angry.
She does.
So you really like me a lot better being just,
Yeah, just being.
Okay, so he did this thing called a master board using what you call that paper?
Scrapbook paper.
Scrapbook paper, which I'm really angry. We sent ours to school with Izzy.
All the patterned
ones. And she comes home with them every now and then, and I'm going, dang,
like,
I wish we'd kept that.
Well, she also, and then she was real irked the other day because she's like, did you keep any of it? So she's like looking for and I said, well, I don't know, let me look through the book. Thank goodness I did keep some of the little 6x6 ones. And so that, made her happy. Plus she has this tin full of ones because she really derives some satisfaction out of just pulling them out of the pads and then stapling them, which just sort of hurts my heart a little bit, but then I'm also like, she's busy.
And
it's fine.
She makes purses. I have about 40 of them back behind me somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is called a master board in reverse. We've already got the tags cut and here. And so we just put them on the gel plate to kind of keep them in place so we can do a whole series at one fell swoop.
Okay, so Carrie, he says my tag video releases at the end of this month, so keep an eye out for that, guys. And then let's see, so that way his swap partner gets her tags first, and then the video. Yeah, that's so sweet. They're so sweet, Carrie, and that's a great way to create backgrounds.
Really
yes,
nice person. And I hope I've got one.
And Sharon says, I love that. I love Harlequin stencils. Yes, indeed. I thought about you whenever I saw Carrie's designs. I think you would also like the Time Warpy one, too. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, and I want to show you about these because, just because they're in a great big thing, it doesn't mean you have to use it just like it
now,
is.
Anthony, what we should do is we should partner up. He says, I'm doing my first holiday crafts fair next month, and you are inspiring me to making fancy tags. Now, what we could do, we as PM Art Studio would love to send you some tags that you can then use, and just, as a little, thank you for everything that you do for everybody in the group and whatnot. Plus, gives us a little toot, and might be kind of fun, so let me know.
Yeah. All right, so these little brayers that y'all probably have and you use like once in a blue moon, well, Carrie uses credit cards to scrape on here. I tried that and it was a holy hell mess. Because what happens is the paint gets down in the cracks, and then when I pick it up, I get it all over me, and I get it all over the one over there.
See, this is why it's best I'm not up here while all this is going on, because I'd be like, oh, God, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I didn't do very much of that, and some of those were kind of mucky muck that you saw earlier. Mm-hmm. Those were the ones that I did it, fortunately, on a small scale, so I didn't have to. Oh, I never throw anything away, you know that. Okay, so we're going to start off here with matte colors. And I need to move my coffee out of the way so I don't knock that over and onto the plate. A little more heavy body paints, but I'm going to use this as my palette. And I've watched Carrie do that before too. Okay, we're going to go with purple. because I think purple and harlequins
Awesome. Thank you, Darcy.
kind of go together, right?
Yes. And then Carrie says he called it Hopeless Harlequin because he's falling apart at the end of the day. It's hard work being a Harlequin. But this is the time work that we're on now. Just so you guys don't get... The heck are you guys talking about?
And what's kind of nice about this, doing the roly process rather than
Yeah, okay. Hey, Mouse. She's asking, are they... So she wanted a way to hold them in place, and we'd actually talked about using some of the old Cricut mats to do this with. That didn't ever work out very well. And she's like, why don't I just stick them down as a gel plate? I'm like, well, it seems like a... Yeah.
Okay, you know, I don't...
So there isn't anything on the other side. It's the naked plate.
Naked plate, it's just it's a placeholder.
So she can kind of do a bunch at one time.
Yeah.
Masterboard it.
I'm masterboarding.
She's masterboarding.
I'm masterboarding.
Sort of in reverse.
Yeah.
Because the tags are already cut.
Because the tags are already cut. You know.
Carrie says, I love that. I'm loving your way of holding in the tags in place. That's genius. Well, don't get her, you know. She's pretty proud of herself. I'm like, I'm sure somebody has done this. She's like, well.
Well, I haven't seen them.
It's looking, I don't know. See, this stage is the it gets better.
You just got to hang with me, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, seriously. All right, let's bring back in, and this is what's kind of nice about having the different size.
Now, Carrie says he's never seen it done this way. Well, there you go.
Well, I'm getting kind of bored with this color here.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody getting bored with this color? Well, let's just lighten it up and make it do something different.
I'm not reading that one, Fran.
What?
Nothing.
You read it right now.
Says
What?
P is a genius, Carrie.
Baby. Okay, we just whipped some Lucas Krill out there for those of you who
That's the beige.
inquiring minds want to know.
The studio one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nightbot is feeling like black. We're not at that stage, Nightbot.
That's right. You
It's
just
too early for.
it is way too early.
You got to
for
start
that.
light. And work your way to the, the darker colors. Although you did kind of go dark there at the very beginning, but.
Yeah, but we're rectifying that. Recting.
Or recting.
And if you hold your hand under it, you can kind of even get down on the ones that you've kind of overlapped on the thing.
Can you get down on it?
You can.
If you really, really want to.
You really, really want to. You really, 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 really want to. That looks kind of lame. I don't know. I'm feeling yellow.
Well, you need to probably let that kind of dry for a second if you want to start.
Okay, well, let's let that dry and bring it in. I have been super organized. Where's that other program?
Yeah, it is very psychedelic. Oh, she's got another one
I got another one.
queued up here.
Okay, we're gonna. This one's going to be just because this is what I have on my platform.
And there's enough of it.
I don't want to use any dead gum open.
Uh-huh.
What's that?
Is there
That's
going to be a PM musical in the future? I don't know. Sounds like there's some.
Okay, here we go. Permanent maroon.
I don't
Let's
know.
muck it up a bit.
We can license all those songs. If we do them all in like little under 15 seconds, would it be okay?
I undo that. All right, so we're going to. I'm trying to find something here that isn't open.
You're in the wrong box, lady. Those are all.
They're all open. All right, here we go. Let's use a little ochre.
This is the one that she, refound the other day.
Yeah. Okay. Blup, 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 blup.
Something like that, I think. Yeah, if it's under 15 seconds, you don't have to pay licensing or royalties or whatever. I don't know. It certainly isn't true on YouTube. They'll hit you no matter what. If you use the actual song. I think if you sing it in a live stream, or, you know, if it just so happens, I don't think it's a...
If it's very serendipitous.
Yeah, and not with, yeah, like the actual thing. I'm liking this much better. This one's way more interesting. She had to get warmed up.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because those early layers, it's fine.
Yeah,
It can be.
yeah, probably not gonna. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put that aside and let that dry, so we're not smushing it around.
She had talked about that, so you could create one of these plates of tags as a brayer off sheet. Yeah, just have it set over there and then do your brayering. This is actually looking better now.
Yeah, you probably just don't want to think about it too terribly
this
much.
is definitely one of those things. Don't overthink it. Because then that's when that becomes, like, you try too hard, and then it's just going to irritate you because you've tried really hard, and then B, it's too set.
Yeah.
That's why the brayer offs are always so brilliant, because it's just a sort of what happens kind of thing.
I'm going to still try to kind of get what I got going on here with a little more of the yellow, but, you know, I'm just, I'm
Yes, I loved, yeah, because we talked about that, Darcy. One of the ways that we used to create the tags and everything is we have that one crackle stamp and whatever, which we've been working on, and that's kind of how I remember the laser prints came about, but doing stamping. As
oh,
one
I'm
of the
going to, yeah, that's a later layer.
Well, she does it in the beginning. Remember, we used to do that.
The reason I don't is because I've ended up covering it all up
And
anyway.
she gets upset, yeah.
And, you know, it just made me angry.
Sharon.
What? What?
Oh, goodness.
Okay, well, I want to make sure I got a little bit of yellow on everything. Okay,
Oh,
we're
hey,
good.
Pat. Oh, I feel like I missed something here. So, karaoke printmaking. P is in a creative frenzy. Yes, she is. Wow, Anthony, I didn't know that about painting, about the painting part. What? Oh, music, moving, painting. Oh, yes. Okay, that's cool. Hello, Melissa. Good morning. Welcome. Oh, and then Anthony said we had several artists in the dance group. And then Sharon says, Anthony, I play music aloud and do expressive dance while I clean. That's a good vision of you, Sharon.
Well, you know, so often
I
as
haven't found
I
peace.
clean, that probably...
I was going to say, I haven't found the right tune to get her clean. But I shall work on that. You know? I'm open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Just trying to... Boy, my thing over here is looking like Seth's.
I like this. Did you put the brighter yellow down? You did.
Yeah, I did, but it's kind of on the edge here, and it's kind of getting, you know, a little bit
Yeah.
mucky muck. Okay.
Oh, well, we're all out of that, Fran. So
Now, we've got to do something with our plate here, which we will. Because that's just how we roll around here.
Oh, Anthony says he used to play the Music Man to get himself moving and working.
Music Man, remind me, what's that?
I think that is Elton John. Please let me know, chat. And hello, Dawn. So glad you were here. I think you're better at this this technique.
I'm what?
You're better at this particular.
Yeah.
But I think once you have more practice at the other, you'll
I
come
think
up with
so,
some
too.
techniques that.
I just, you know, oops, I don't want to flip. That's no flipping.
Yeah.
And this is just getting some stuff on there because a lot of times the hardest part of doing a tag is to
Bye, Chris. Thanks for hanging.
decide, you know, what it is that you want to do. And
I thought that too, the musical, but no, yeah, I figured that then it was Elton John. Oh, the music. So is it the musical, or is it Elton John music? Anthony just said
The
yes,
music,
but there were two
the
questions.
Music Man is from a play.
Yeah,
Well, I want somebody to sing something to me.
76 trombones. Yeah.
76 trombones left the hood.
Yeah, Eva says this is her favorite technique. Yeah, I like this one too. All right, you gotta cut it. You know, have to start paying royalties. I don't think it was right.
I doubt that they'll be able to recognize
You'd be
it
surprised.
from that rendition. All right, so I'm starting to get stuff built up on the plate, and this is where things get interesting. Now, this thing over here, I'm just going to have to, you know, suck it up and pull this.
Yeah, and be done with
because otherwise it's just going to... But, you know, we might give it a little bit of...
Yeah, why don't you do your
Let's
tag?
give it a little harlequin. Where's my... I like my little one. I like this one right here a lot.
Okay, Elton John was Rocket Man.
Well, I'm clever at getting noted up on all this stuff.
Melissa says there were bells in the hill, but I never heard them ringing.
Oh, I did a whole collage with that. Yes. Oh my gosh, I did. Oh, see, look, how cool is that?
Wonderful. Yep. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. It is the musical. Yes, we got Trouble right here in River City. Yeah, it gets me excited too. I love those musicals.
Look at that.
She's not a fan of that.
What is it?
The musicals. Like Bye Bye Birdie and...
Well, the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Well, that
I
is a
do
good one.
like that one. I can't tell you how many times I watched that with Mariah. Oh my God, she when she was little, she...
Oh, no, you know what? I didn't, Sharon.
What?
I never ordered any of those. And then these were sent to us. Molly sent them to us, so we're using them up. But we do love these.
We do.
But I think that these might be similar. Oh, I couldn't find the tags on Amazon here in the UK. Could you please send me the tag link? Yes, I will put that in the description. One moment, please. Mazzy's out yelling at zombies.
Zombies, bless her heart, she takes her job seriously.
She does, and then she comes back all limp because she's left off the deck and she just doesn't realize that.
Yeah,
She
she's
doesn't
not a
even-
spring chicken anymore.
Oh, she
She ain't a spring chicken. Okay, well, I couldn't help but get these out because Carrie uses them, but I think what has always bothered me, and I talked to Brad about it, but he doesn't always...
Well, sometimes, hey, his designs are
He's
his
got,
designs.
that's
and-
right, and you know, and I'm certainly free to muck them up. I just didn't like this border because I thought it was just too precious. I like this one that looks like Yoda. So I just cut this off. But you know, I'm going to save this because
Yeah.
I mean, if I would put this into little like things like this and tape them together, it could be some awesome stuff. The other thing is these little boogers
Oh, bye, Sherry. Thanks for hanging.
hung up on each other. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is get rid of all these guys for right now. Not
Oh,
to
that
worry.
would be wonderful. Oh, Hugh Jackman, this Music Man. I think he's really quite good and handsome.
Who? What?
I was
What?
just talking about the musical stuff.
Oh.
And I put the tag link there.
Jesus Christ Superstar's a good one, too.
I thought you were about to just...
What?
Nothing.
It really is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to show you this, Carrie. Look. And this is a combo of Fran and Carrie.
Yeah.
Check that dude out. And we're going to pull that.
I want the light to get... And will you hold that up to the light a little bit? Or to the camera. And then maybe it'll adjust. And... Right, there we go. That's better. Thank you. That's all I need. I just needed it to adjust the brightness. I know.
It was like somebody took a
the
shotgun and
The
shot through the screen. But see, it's blowing them off. That's lots of movement.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
Or an invasion of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of how the termites ate my bag. That was it, like, you know.
Okay, well, we're getting some empty plates. That is always good. Okay, here we go. This
Yeah.
mucky muck was left on there from something
I
else.
did too, Susan.
And I was so upset that I didn't put this on. I was all into this thing of making prints and trying to get it on the paper so that we could get it onto, you know, a mat.
Oh, and Fran's very excited about it. I never thought. Bullet strike, yes. Yes.
Oh, and hey, check this out, Fran. Here's the shortened tail version of Spaceship. See?
Oh, yes. She altered him a bit. Remember,
Because it
shortened him
wasn't,
up so he
his
could fit on
tail
the-
kept going off the page.
Yeah.
And now it does not. But I
Bye,
think
Anthony.
that's really quite brilliant. Bye, Anthony. We'll talk to you later. And then I have a really wonderful background. And this is from this is what was left on my plate when I finished up with all of my other cards.
Good monkey.
Yeah. Pretty nice stuff there. I will print on top of that. And then here are, pardon me, leaves.
Oh, those are lovely.
This was to get some of the stuff off instead of using tissue paper. Okay. Let's get our cards back in here and see what's going on.
Lush remnants, Fran says.
All right, now, I don't know. I'm a little heavy-handed with the, I have to let that one sit a while. We'll see if this one's doing a little bit better. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
that was-
Okay.
Yes, lovely.
Now, I'm going to show you what happens here because this is really important.
Thank you, Darcy.
When you put these down, and you want to get enough on here to really even make it worth your time, you're going to have to somehow or other overlap them and get them. But what it does is it creates such cool negative places. Now, see, look what's happened there. See what happened here. So it gives you a little remnant of white to work with when you start doing individual cards. This is just that first layer that you get on there so that you've got an idea of where, boy, this is. But see, even though it doesn't look dippy.
Dippy. Yeah, we don't want to be dippy.
I don't want to look dippy.
We want to be zippy.
Zippy. That's right. And then, you know, like this one here, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I really love that.
Yeah, I like this technique. I think it's cool.
And
Well-
actually, that's about as many as you need to deal with at once, because what happens is, I don't know about your area, but I don't want to muck that up. I've got something going on there. I don't know that we're going to get to that, and I don't really care.
Well, Diane, and that's kind of like the Harlequin. Plus, remember, we have wonky net. I mean, we have all kinds of netty, net type. Maybe we should create a category.
Yeah, put them all together so people
Yeah.
can like get a good.
Yeah, full view of like all the things that are, you know, either the Harlequin. You know, we even have the lattice ones. We have broken lattice, regular lattice. And now with the time warp thing, plus all the wonky nets, both the actual like mask one versus then even the big, it has the rough cut edges inside, but yeah.
Okay, so see, I can just kind of scoot those out of the way. I can bring in one of my smaller plates, which I can then just work. I don't have to make a big commitment to a whole lot of one color. I can put some on here and get it off and go on to the next. All right, I'm just thinking, I like this. I like how Carrie uses it. I don't know necessarily that it's going to be the same thing, but let's get some blue going here. This is that blue that dries really fast. But I'm thinking it's going to help me with a nice little build up here. So that's where we're going with this. We want to get some mucky muck going on. And oh yeah, that's, and sometimes what I do is I will just put a card over here and just give it a bit of a brayer.
Oh, no worries. Hey, Sandra.
And then,
And hello, Sophie.
okay.
I think she's behind, but that's what I was telling her in the chat.
What?
Oh, Sophie. She was giving me the proper way to say, and I'm not gonna say it right, but pabeo.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's French, so she knows.
Yeah.
Like, legit, she knows. But I think she's further back in the stream, so I was telling her that she needed to come up, further. But I also say it all three ways, or, the various ways I hear it, so that way...
Yeah, people will pick it up on something.
Yeah. I'll hit it at some point.
You gotta be careful.
Ooh,
Sometimes they get lost in the underneath
Oh, in the pile?
in the pile.
Then they get stuck together.
And then they get stuck together. Try to get it, more than one spot. Then you just look out there and you say, oh, look, that one needs a little bit
That
of
would be great, Fran.
What?
She says, I do wish they'd just call it pebbles.
Need a bit more on this one. But you can see, you can pick up all kinds of stuff and smush it around.
Well, we've got excellent conditions according to our studio at this point, so.
What is it?
But I would not doubt it that some people are kind of having some YouTube-y business.
Oh.
But yeah, she refreshed. She's good.
Okay. Now we're just looking at our colors here. I don't know, I'm thinking,
That's great, Rouse. She says, I remember a friend was featured in an article and his name was spelled 3 different ways. Eric with a C, Eric with a K, and Eric with a CK.
well, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
he was bound to get it right one way.
One way or another. Okay, I just think I'm really sort of liking this right now. And I'm thinking maybe coming in with some black.
Oh,
What?
you've got to show. Are we there yet? I might be. Spoiler alert.
I don't know. What?
With the Nautilus thing.
With the what?
With the Nautilus. Fran's Nautilus.
No, that might be just exactly what we need. The
She was so
goddess.
excited. Yeah, the goddess. So we figured. Well, P did. She showed it to me yesterday, and she's like, "Look at this. There's
Look
a
at
goddess
this.
in the Nautilus
Can you see her? Here's
see?
her head
with a
with her halo.
Ah.
And here's her arms. She's reaching out and flowing, and she's riding a wave.
Isn't that awesome? There you go.
I used her a lot on. I wished I'd brought in some of those tags, but now
Oh, I'll go get them if you want me to.
okay. You can. While
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and
All right,
put
be
this-
right back.
Put that aside for a sec, and then I'm going to get my small. Oh, I need to pull one off. Okay, so yesterday, when you're doing the where you're putting things down on here and then transferring them to your paper, you get about 2 good prints from one layer. Then it gets too dry. But I thought, well, what can I pull this last one, because it's still some good paint on there and a very good image. I mean, you can see. So I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can pull this with a color that's kind of going to be transparent and allow some of the other to show through. And I'm pretty sure this was either nickel azo, quinacridone nickel azo, or it might have even been red iron, transparent red iron oxide. But here we go. I don't know. This is the first time I've done this. And this is such, the substrate on this stuff.
Here you go.
Oh, look at that.
What'd you do?
I had this down yesterday because this was my last leaf, and it dried before before it would make another impression. But it was still really sharp on the plate. So I put down the nickel azo gold, I think.
Nice.
And left it overnight to dry.
Nice. Oh, Devin says, please hold it up. Or I can zoom in. But that's great.
But it was really, I'm putting this over. This will probably not be one I'm going to give up. It's going into the keep it for a while.
Fran would like a close-up on the goddess Nautilus.
Oh, well, I'm fixing, here.
She's fixing to do that.
I'm fixing to do that. Okay, check it out.
I'm gonna
Goddess.
Okay, see.
Black goddess. Goddess eye. Ghosty goddess.
A little blurby.
Little Barbie. Flinging goddess. She's whipping her hair.
Oh yes, and then like it's like the the circles.
But look at, isn't that great? I mean, I don't know if that was what you intended, but you know, I accidentally came upon that particular.
It's kind of like the eagle in the witch.
Yeah, I need to really, come back and do that. All right, well, let's get some goddesses on here. Now, let me see which side. Okay, that side needs to go down.
There we go.
But what you do, okay, so I'm looking at this one, and I'm thinking, okay, if I put the goddess right in this area right here, I've got enough contrast. I can come in with a light color, and let's do that. But I can also come in with a dark color on this one. And this one's kind of, the problem with those medium values is you don't know which way to go. And then we've got this one. Oh, I don't know. We could do blue. See, this is what I'd like to do. I like to put together the ones that I'm going to use the same color on. So, I'm going to do blue here. I'm going to do blue here.
Oh, that sounds like fun. So Carrie's gonna get the little gel plates when he goes to the big craft show in November. It's at the NEC Birmingham.
Oh, these little jobbers?
Yeah.
Well, I've got quite a few of these because we cut up some of these for I should have gotten those out. That would see, that gives me an idea, because sometimes if I let that dry on there,
you get
yeah. Okay. Well. All right.
Next time.
Next time. Dadgummit. I think I just wrapped. When you start getting pull-offs on your paper, like that one right there, it's time to move that out of the way, because it'll get wrapped onto your brayer, and then it creates a bad...
Well, that's those little bumpy things that she gets.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I stick this under the...
Fran is shouting out gold and copper.
Fran?
And Heather loves copper.
Yes. I think that might be all right later. Right now, I've got some ideas here, and you're just going to have to go with me.
Oh,
okay?
Bring back the pull-off paper. Yeah, you didn't. You really didn't show the pull-off paper very well. Can you show that so that way they can see what it does when it balls up or whatever? See?
See where it's starting to pull loose there?
Yeah.
It's because it's really wet.
And that's also one of the reasons. So, you know, when people say, oh, well, I don't like using the heavier paper to pull quick prints with, it's because what has happened is it has saturated the paper enough that it's kind of in between dry and in between wet, which then that's kind of where that is.
Separates.
And it separates, and then it sticks onto the plate.
Yeah. And that ain't a good thing.
Bye, Rhonda. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Did she have to go back to work?
Well, it's Sunday. Well, some people do work on Sunday, but she's going to go eat.
Oh. Yeah, I'm getting a little peckish myself. So we're not going to definitely be going over today. I'm trying to find some dadgum blue here that's not open. It's dark.
Dark blue, not open.
Dark blue, not open. That's black. Black would work though. Nah, I don't really want to use black right now. I can always use black. I can always do black. Here's some Prussian.
Carrie would like to know if green would be an option.
Green. Oh, on my present coloration going on here.
Might be a nice little highlight there. I think when Fran was hollering out the copper and the gold, I think at this point, there's so much going on, you probably wouldn't see it unless she does it over the dark area.
Yeah.
But you're planning on putting this kind of over the lighter.
This is going to go on these right here.
Oh, okay.
I got those isolated. Okay, now, first thing is you do your credit card. And you just get it where you want it, okay? And then you put that over there so that you can go ahead and use that some more later. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not feeling it. It's okay. And you've got a little bit of mucky muck down here that you don't necessarily want. You just clean that up early on. And remember, when you're putting this down, you don't want to smash too hard because then you'll squish out your...
Oh, yeah, totally, Mouse.
You want to squish it a little bit, enough that you can see it, but you don't want to do it too terribly hard. It's kind of a touch and go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, lovely.
Effing perfect. And you don't want to be lollygagging to get that second one.
Oh, today is Mother's Day in Argentina, so I received lots of thoughtful messages.
Oh.
Aw, maybe I can join you at the
Now
party
see, look at
after
that. Isn't that wonderful? Now, Carrie wanted to know about green. Oh, piddly doo-doo. Because this is where we're going to put the card down and leave it down. This is the stage. Remember I said you could get two, but that's already dry. It's too dry.
Here, and I'm going to put a link to the Nautiluses so you guys know which ones it is. Because remember, like, we have a style of Nautilus that PM has, but these are Fran's Nautiluses. So, uno momento.
I mean, this is lovely. The other thing you can use is you can use these wavy things just by themselves. They're really cool. Or the little, you know, look at those little dotty things there. I mean, I could just do this whole thing right here. Minus the hairy parts on the bottom.
Now, and this is the, so, let's see. Let's make sure that we get the right ones.
Alright, I've got these really squared off lines here, which I don't particularly like.
It's the style one.
I'm going to just soften those up ever so much. I don't care if some of that mucky muck stays on there, but I'm not loving that straight edge there.
Oh, I am not typing.
And I'm going to pull this with, I should be looking over here through my other cards to see if I've got one that... Okay, this might be good. Look, I've got enough. I've got enough there.
Ooh, I like that.
I think that would be great. And I'm going to pull it with...
Now remember, she's going to be facing the other way when you stamp her down. But that's good, I think, because then she's facing into the tag. See?
Yeah.
Okay. Just, letting you know.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to mention. Okay, so we want a transparent color. Because we don't want to get rid of all this wonderful stuff that we already have on there that we've worked very diligently to get on.
Did you work very diligently?
We will just go with, yes, I did, Mariah.
Yes, you did. Diligent tag maker.
Diligent. Make sure your design is dry.
Eva, these nautilus, they only come in that size. So, like, there isn't a size variation, but you do want to order, like, the style. Hold on. I'm going to make sure, because I know I just said it, but the style 1. Because it has, you'll see, like, the little head part and, like, kind of the, hair and the speckled body sort of area. But it is the style 1. And then they come in the set of 3, and so you'll get the various sizes.
Okay, now, this must set.
Oh, Melissa.
What?
She doesn't know that you have some weird thing against pulling with gel medium. It will always be a color of some sort. We've tried.
I could, but I mean, when you can get something else going on there at the same time, why would you do something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy talk.
Silliness.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to hold off on that. Just put that aside. And I got out my circle because it works the same way as a square, because I'm not using the shape of whatever I've got going here.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, we're just going to bring these dudes back in. I think that needs a goddess. Maybe even think a black goddess. All right. Now, one thing you do want to remember on these finer opening stencils, you got to watch, because they will get blocked up.
It's style 1, Candy. If you flip back and forth if you're on the website, and you select, the picture will change. That is also for our benefit, because let me tell you, we do get confused sometimes.
Okay, I'm just going with plain old black rather than blue here, because I've got some mucky muck black there that I kind of need to repeat, because it looks like, we'll just mix a little blue in with it.
Oh, if you click the link, it probably takes you into, like, just the main picture. But if you do the selection, you do want to select style 1. Yes.
Okay, that's going to be kind of a blue-black, which I actually like.
Oh, that's interesting, Candy.
Okay, well, let's just see what happens here.
You may want to refresh your, which I don't know why that would be true, but it's style 1.
Dadgummit.
Sugar biscuits.
Poopy diaper head. Okay, did you see what I just did?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. I pushed too hard and smushed it out.
I still think it looks good, but yeah, she got smushy.
Got smushy. Sometimes smushy is good. Sometimes smushy is not so good. Okay, well, we've got some nice ink on here. Let's try something else. This technique works really well to clean your stencil and kind of get some, hopefully, stuff going on. I mean, I've got about 14 of these things, so it's not like, screw this one up. It's okay.
Oh, the tags. Yes. Oh, that's a good call. Okay, so, Carrie says,
There you go.
I've just sent my postcards to you, which is part of our postcard swap. The last element was pulled with medium, as I didn't want to lose the background. It'll make sense when you get it.
Okay. Well,
We're
did
trying to
did
convert
I
her.
send Carrie his postcard already?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
I think
I've
he's
got a
even
list
got it.
back over here, and I know because I owe some postcards to people. And not to worry. I know I'm kind of a space cadet when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I really do remember.
Oh, Candy sees a goddess on both styles. Well, there you go.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where my other one is.
I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you with that.
Did you give it to me?
Oh, I'm sure.
She says that. I'm sure.
You want to know how she found these? As we were going through the prints. Like, she's like, oh, there's some stencils in a folder. They've never been used.
Okay, I'm late. Oh,
Brad even said, he goes, hey, there's some more stencils there. She's like, yeah, there's gonna be more. Oh, that's funny.
all right, we're gonna get the rest of our whatever that was.
Susan, I think that is per, like, if you want to coordinate within makers on the postcard thing, if you want to swap them, you can. You just kind of have to find your partner, do-si-do, work it out on your own, don't you know? We are very musical sometimes. Right.
Tap 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 tap.
Don't
tap,
smush,
tap,
mush,
tap,
smush.
tap,
Tap,
Don't,
tap,
don't elephant stomp. This is not the time for that. You just gently rub her little belly.
You're so funny.
Give her a bit of a little.
Be kind to your goddess.
Be kind to your goddess.
She will be kind to you. Look at that.
Now I need to move along here because I
Yeah.
think I've got another one.
Be kind to your goddess. She will give you more than one.
She will. Now you can do a little stompy. You can tap dance on this one because you've already pulled off a bit of your, and hopefully we're going to get something here. And this is, and seriously, you can use open. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Perfect smushy.
Yeah. Some good
Ah.
smush. Nice.
Very nice.
How
I love that. Now I think that's pretty much done.
Yeah.
You can see her. She's reaching out to the.
Kind of, it's celestial.
Oh, it is. Now I don't know. I'm just I that heaviness there, it bothers me. But right now I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do anything.
You know what you could do? You could come in later on once it's fully dry, and if you have some of the smaller Posca markers or
Oh yes, you can. I can open up those.
and bring in probably even some of the similar colors, or fill in the area there with some other just kind of doodle marks.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to try something here, and this may not be the right thing to do, but you never know till you do it. Is that? The problem is some of this design is dry and some isn't. Can you see it? When it's still shining on the plate, it's probably still wet. Okay, let's see what else we've got going here. Let's see if we can pull this. Because this has probably had long. Oh, yes.
I see what you guys are saying.
And we still have a bit of mucky muck here, which I don't know if I love that. I'm not crazy about these lines here. Let's see if we can do something.
Oh, yeah. So it hasn't fully dried. And I think that you're allowed to do that partially because of the coating as well.
Yes. Don't get too vigorous or you'll be removing
paper or rubber
or your other design underneath. But I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that clear.
Is the goddess too big for an ATC? No, I don't think so. I think she'd be perfect.
What is it?
ATC size? What size are those? Because
these are narrower than ATCs.
Yeah. So I think she'd be perfect. That's a good call, Colleen. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
And then Fran says one of the Nala stencils is the goddess upright. So this is upright goddess. And then the other one seems to be bending over. A bowing goddess.
Oh, curtsy.
She's proper.
I just love that. I mean, you know, and look at that. I don't know what that is, but I like that too.
Yeah, there you go, Fran. There's another idea. You can just make some goddesses. P would be all over that.
Oh yeah, I'd be all. I'm a big believer in.
And then, that kind
goddesses.
of reminds me. So this next,
Okay, let's have a white goddess.
on Tuesday, we will be doing fa la la la.
What? Whatever.
Fa la la la.
Fa la 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 la.
Christmas.
Oh, jingle
Oh, she's
bell.
kind of excited. There's some stuff there that, you know, it's a little bit cutesy for P, but she'll make it through. I told her she could make them kind of, you know, she could go Tim Burton on us with them. And it should be fun. But we've got Christmas stuff coming on Tuesday. And another designer to feature.
I sometimes they tell me stuff and then sometimes they don't because
Yeah.
they say I'm like Izzy and I can't.
Bye, Sherry. Thanks for hanging.
Okay, I'm not worried about scrubbing all this stuff off here, but I do want this deadgum thing to release. So, all right, I'm looking at this tag right here, and I'm looking at this one. I got to make sure they're not. Okay, this one needs a dark one. Can you see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
This one, sort of, it's kind of that in between, but I'm going to go light.
Yeah, in the darker area.
Yeah, and this one, I'm going to do something with the, these little jobbers that Mariah gave me.
Well, Diane,
This
that I totally understand it.
What is it?
She says, don't do Christmas. Bah humbug.
That's how I feel.
She does. But I told her that, you know, she could make it her own. And it doesn't have to necessarily, even though it's sort of Christmassy, you can... See, that's kind of what I was talking about with the other one. And this is the first time we've ever used these Arteza markers. And I've had them for almost 2 years, I think. That looks awesome.
Doesn't that look awesome?
But they're the acrylic, kind of like Posca. Nothing's exactly like Posca that I've ever...
It says dark brown, but it's a very, very dark brown. It is not indicative of the color on the cap.
It's darker than the cap. But it might dry.
But the Posca, this one, okay, I did a little...
Is lighter.
It's really poopy.
Yeah, it's kind of a... Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost orange,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And I knew I didn't want that there because that wasn't even going to make any difference.
Yeah.
To what I had going on there. So I tested those out a little bit prior to. Okay, that's what happens when your contrast is lost.
Colleen says, I can't wait to see Steampunk Christmas, trying to imagine what that is.
Hang in there, girl.
Yeah, Sharon, she's doing Steampunk Christmas.
Well,
I think that's kind of where P's going, but maybe a little darker.
I'm going to not use traditional Christmas colors.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
It'll be kind of a grungy Christmas.
Grungy Christmas. All right, get our goddess back down here. And shoot a little. I like this Lucas Krill, even though it's not white. It comes out looking pretty white with the cream colored card.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good one. Plus, it's fantastic. It's, you always want to kind of make sure that you clean up your card, or either that or, excuse me, let it dry and get another one.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already mucked that end up. Okay, this one's good. Hey, this is kind of funny. Here's, look at, there's some kind of...
Oh, so Carrie says the trouble he has with the Posca pens is they are, when they are fully dried, if I varnish or brush a glaze on, the lines smear. Yes, they reactivate.
They do that.
That, I have had that happen as well. Oh, that looks.
Voila!
These are very New Mexico.
Well, I think that's because of the orange and the turquoise.
Yes. Yeah, that color scheme has a very Native American feel
We're going
to
to
it.
try it. I don't know if it's going to work. This is the third.
Bye, Trish. Thanks for hanging.
It's that second one that's always the very best.
Oh,
The
and I
first one's too squishy. The middle one's perfect. It's kind of like Goldilocks in the...
Yeah. That's just
The
the
bed.
Goldilocks zone. And then Trish did say that she's interested in swapping postcards if anybody's interested. Hook up with her in Makers.
Yes, tell her to
I
private
think
message
Liz may have even reached out to you, Trish.
All right, now I had some other things that I wanted to do here, but I'm so into
these are
this
awesome.
goddess. I mean, I just think
She was so excited. She's like, "Did I show you the goddess?" I'm like, "No, this is the first I'm hearing of the goddess." She's like, "Fran's Nautiluses have a goddess in them."
Well, I just was looking at different things on different stencils, on parts of stencils.
Oh yes, and we were talking about that. I think the last stream or whatever. The Nazca
Nazca lines.
Yes.
And
Heather
well,
was bringing
primarily
that
in
up again.
Peru. Okay, let's get some black goddesses on here.
Oh, she loves some goddess stuff. She used to have these little rocks that she would put together.
I have
incense around them.
I have a junkyard goddess down in the dining room. She's from parts that I found at the junkyard in
She'll put these
Friona.
Yeah, she'll put these little things together.
I should show everybody that. They would think that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Hootha. No worries.
Dry up the goddess a little bit. Look at that.
Got us on the toilet paper.
Pat her down a bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Diane, your mask is like just mind-blowing. I just can't tell you. It appeals to me on so many different levels. And if you guys want to see that and want to know what I'm talking about, that's in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. But Diane
Yes.
created a mask that is just so
This is
cool.
like a face mask, not this kind of mask.
Right. So cool.
I
All made out for the October Makers Creative Club. The objects otherwise considered trash. And this thing is everything but trash. I mean, it is so gorgeous. And well photographed also, by the way.
yes.
I gotta say.
Like
I'm a big fan of the good photographs. I know it isn't always possible. Trust me. We deal with that here. And somebody's idea of... It differs. We have our differing ideas about that. Yes. Oh, and Belinda, did she have a question? Yes, please, please. Oh, yes. Fran would love to see your junk art goddess.
she's awesome.
She's awesome. I don't really know what you're talking about, but I probably do. And just...
It's
she in
next to the Modigliani nudes on the other piece of rusty tin that I got at the junkyard. Look at that.
I don't...
Look at that.
Oh, hanging in the nook?
Yeah. No. In the dining room. Next to...
In the gallery room?
No, where we eat.
That's the nook.
Oh. Wow.
It's not a dining room. Our dining room is now what is the gallery room.
We don't have a place
That's
where
the kitchen
we
nook because it is
formally
actually
eat.
in the kitchen.
Yeah, screw that. We'll just
Oh,
kind of
that's funny.
eat off the floor.
So yes, we're talking about there.
I think this goddess is just the shiz knit.
Yes. Oh, okay, yes. But I tell you, you know, Belinda, there's a place for craft paint. It's usually opaque, and that's kind of the struggle here. Not all of it. Some of it is transparent. But if you want to kind of move into the more professional grade paints, yes, like the golden is awesome. Oh, so Joni says November swap preview. We will be swapping postcards for everyone wanting to swap them. Fantastic. So Joni will coordinate that.
You're a good woman, Joni.
Hey,
Because that
Joni
is not
swaps are awesome.
my métier.
I'm just very happy that we have cool things happening in Makers that I am not necessarily having to maintain. And I very much appreciate that. Like, you have no idea.
She gets a little snorty with me sometimes when I mention something.
Well, she asked me questions. I said, I'm not in charge of that.
I'm thinking maybe Carrie mentioned green.
Is it time for green?
I think it's time for a little green, but then we're going to have, the goddess will have to go away for a while. But I'm seeing her right here, and it's going to take away some of the red in that kind of pukey purple. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Sometimes I don't. I just react. And like that one's going to need some more at the top because the goddess is not being shown off to her very best effect.
Go easy on her.
Go easy on her, Mara says.
So Sharon last night in her live stream, she did have some cool paints. I'm curious, do they have transparent colors? I know the one that you were using was a metallic, right? Sharon?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was just saying.
Yes.
I've been known to.
Oh, Judy would like to hear your animal voices that you do for Izzy. Oh, and I have, Judy, I have a video for you. And also,
Oh, that's hysterical.
I have videos because they sent Izzy some things, and I'll tell you, that baby.
Okay, we're going to try something here. I don't know if it's going to work.
She loved her fingernails, by the way. She's been wearing them.
Okay, well, the different animals have different voices. And, oh, I don't know. She really doesn't get real crazy about that, but she doesn't want you to use your normal voice.
Yeah.
So you just go, hello, my name is Piggy Pooh here. I want to play with you. What are you going to do today?
I bet she loves it. She's like, it's like her TV shows are coming to life, and it just
That's what she used to say. Make them come alive.
Yeah.
And that was what she meant.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out, folks. You saw it here.
That one's good. I love that it's like beaming out.
Yes. There's just enough little contrast there to kind of lead you into the spaces where it's kind of like, there's not really any contrast there. But yeah, okay, we have a whole goddess series here, which I am willing to trade.
Oh.
Now, who's it was it?
What are you oh god. Here she goes.
Who's our tag person?
Who's running the tag swap? That's Joni.
Okay, Joni, I'm back in the game.
It's closed.
I know, but she needs to do it again. Or
See
you
what I
can
have to
just,
deal
hey,
with.
I'll tell you what, just make it easy.
Yeah. I think people should reach out to you.
Personal message me with your address. I've got my book back here. I've even got my names tabbed on it, on who's it, what's it, gets what.
You need to reach out directly to P, not to me.
Yeah, and Joni's done.
Yeah, and this isn't Joni's thing. This is P's goddess.
Unless you just,
Tag swap.
dying to do it again. Which, we'll be happy for it too.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
Okay, where are we in the mix of things here?
Well, you got 15 minutes.
Well, let's start pulling some prints.
That's
Hey, y'all, was this a good one?
I had fun. I've had fun. We're still having fun.
I don't think it's complete. You know what I really think needs to happen here, Carrie? I need some more bright yellow on these. That's not coming in and covering up what's there. But it can brown out the pukey purple. And it can green up the blue because green goddesses are awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yes, he says yes. Bright, transparent yellow.
Bright, transparent yellow, and that's going to take it to a whole nother level. Now, these, I'm really honestly thinking some pink.
Oh.
Pink.
Okay, well, just know.
I want to get away from the whole New Mexico
Really?
colors.
I kind of like that.
I don't really like that
you wanna,
so much. I think it's
You
just,
like the celestial.
I like the idea of celestial, and I don't want it to be referring back to any other. I just want it to be a goddess, and I don't want or to have cultural references to another. I'm just
Awesome.
moving
Thank you,
these
Darcy.
jobbers out of the way here so I can pull some prints. Hopefully, pull some prints. Oh, it didn't. Well, that's amazing. You know, some of these that I got a little elephant stompy on.
Now, Susan said maybe perhaps even bringing out the colored pencils. We need to bring those back upstairs.
Yeah, they're downstairs and they all need sharpening because they've been using them.
We've been using them. Izzy and I have been having drawing time. She told me that last night. She's like, we didn't have drawing time today, so tomorrow we're going to do it double. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see about that.
Okay, here we go. Now, you can leave these overnight, you know. There's nothing that says that you can't. And they'll pull just fine. But there is a place, and when you feel them and they still feel cold, they're probably not going to pull very well. But now, isn't that beautiful?
I love it.
I think we should send this to our designer.
Okay, well, I already packaged up her stuff, but...
You already sent it?
Well, it's packaged.
Oh.
With a label on it, but I'm sure that I will be sending other stuff to her, so.
Yeah, because I sent Carrie one of his.
Yeah.
And Fran, have I sent you stuff? I'm pretty sure I have. I send Fran stuff all the time.
Carrie, did you see Sophie?
When I have stuff that I know nobody else would want, I send it to Fran.
Yeah, I do have a pile for Fran. See, the shimmer was a good call because it doesn't even look all that shimmery, but I think it added a bit.
You really have to turn it just right in order for it to pick that up.
Yeah, it wasn't like.
Look at that. Yeah, I love that. That was a good call on my part. I think I did have a little help, but.
Oh, Diane, but see, only you see that.
Oh,
None of us see that.
She might want this one.
I know she had to go because she was, I think, eating or something of that nature. But I can ask her if which one she would like. And then Carrie, Sophie asked if the time warp is a tribute to Salvador Dali.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, the persistence of time. That's where the clocks are melting.
Yes.
What? What are you chuckling about?
Oh, I was just laughing at Sharon. She hashtagged something, but it took me a minute because, you know, it's all together, so it takes me a minute to read things.
Oh, to separate it out?
Uh-huh. And the hashtag is as she pats herself on the back. But I don't know. I don't.
Oh, she's talking.
Yeah,
she's talking. Yeah. You want to be careful you don't break your arm. I'm very flexible, Sharon.
Oh, okay. So not an intentional tribute to Dolly, but it could well suit that style. Yes.
There's one thing that bothers me here, and I will address that. I don't like that, but I can fix that.
Okay.
Oh, and here's the one that I'm kicking myself in the pants for using good paper on because I wanted to put this on
Archie.
Archie, But I'll just put something, this is not done. I will
Yeah.
do something else to that.
What's this one?
Oh, this is just gonna, I think this is gonna be, I'm gonna have to do some more of these. I'll do some of these in all of the different patterns with the light blue. You know?
And then that way,
That way
you can
I
have
can,
a common.
I will have a choice on, but I do a lot of that very much. Not that very much. And this is just the cream.
I am looking forward to watching Carrie with his stencils and seeing the ways that he layers up his, you know, when he does his backgrounds and things of that nature. I think that's going to be lots of fun.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's bring the tags back, the other ones here. And you can see where these are going to go. No, I hope that you can. I really, I love the purple and the yellow a lot.
Yeah.
I think these are going to be very dynamic. I don't know, you know, what exactly. I'm going to try to do something beside. I think pretty much Exhausted Goddess.
You're not sure your little feature's going to be on this
Yeah,
one?
I'm not sure what my feature's going to be on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be, you know, the leaves. But to get back to that, you know, the leaf, I didn't demonstrate that, but you do the leaf exactly the same way that we did the goddess. You put the color down on it. You don't push too hard, because if you push too hard, you lose your definition. And you need to move on rapidly, and you can get 3. And you can actually, if you do your wipe off,
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
and 5, because you can put down and do a ripen print.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Which we've got going on over here, but I don't. Yeah, I should just go ahead and pull these off. I don't know, maybe
Are you done?
I might want to put a little bit more Harlequin on there. And I'm thinking red. Yeah?
Well, and if you wanted to glaze them all together, you could smack them onto another plate.
I could. I could even do those. Oh, that's brilliant, Mariah. I could use my this one, because then it would cover, but I got to clean it up because it's got a lot of...
You got some mucky there. Mucky muck.
But you see what she's talking about? If I put this all the same color and flop these babies back down on there, yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, Mariah.
Yeah, and now Rhonda does not have she's just kind of I guess a regular person, not a YouTuber is what I'm trying to say. But she is in the Makers of Mixed Media, and that's where I saw it because she posted the stencil. So I was like, hey, what are you doing with that? Would you like to sell it? Because we thought it was pretty spiffy.
Yeah, and Mariah's going to work on a single leaf.
Maybe just a little ATC size one.
That would be wonderful. And that would be an excellent place to use something like that. Now, you can just buy the stripper and do what I do.
Yeah. You can do that.
Because this tape comes off. I don't want to pull it off because I'm really into using it until Mariah has decided that she might actually, you know, give me another leaf.
Maybe.
I'm
She's
not
nice.
holding my breath for that. I've got to think something to put on these guys.
You guys have any suggestions, ideas, thoughts, wants?
Well, I've got my eye.
I love the eye.
I like the eye too. That might be kind of cool.
Now,
And see, I could put it up there in the dark area.
what's kind of sad is that is not available to anyone. Because those are ones, remember, I made for the book.
Oh.
I don't. Is that even Yupo? I don't even think it's Yupo. See, you've taped it off. Why are you
No,
not-
it's
paper. Mm-hmm.
But it's working bloody marvelously.
Well, especially with the layers of paint on it. I mean, yeah, after a while, it's sealed in.
Whoa, remember, this dude here weighs 5 pounds, and it's made out of really crappy file folders.
Yeah, manila folder. Carrie says, do you have any of your ATC faces? The spooky characters. Well, she's kind of, I think she's over those. She did a lot of those with the postcards.
Yeah. I haven't done any ATC faces. But I'm definitely going to do some ATC goddesses.
Sharon says, don't eat the stencils, P. I know, especially.
Oh, I'll just
it has
test
that yellow on it. It has cadmium in it. I mean, come on now, sugar.
I spit it out.
Good job. Might need to go wash your mouth out.
I need some bourbon.
Well.
Hey, I'm dressed up. We can go get it right now.
They don't sell liquor on Sunday in Texas. You can get beer and wine. But you can't get your liquor. I tried to get you out of the house all day yesterday.
I'm going to try to not say anything really ugly about.
Yeah, that. I don't know that you can buy any liquor anywhere on Sundays. I don't, or if that's just a Texas thing. I don't know. I think it was the same way in New Mexico, or no?
No, in New Mexico, it
You
opened
could,
up
because we
at
would
noon.
drive. Yeah.
They got a lot more alkies. Texas has them too, but they're all just, you know.
Well, they bought their stuff on Saturday.
Yeah, they have plan ahead alcoholics.
They're more organized.
They're more organized. New Mexico, they got to drive a ways. So.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, guys. Well, a very, very fun stream. Check out all those colorful tags. I think, remember, on Tuesday, it's all about fa la la la.
La 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 la, jingle your bells.
Grungy Christmas stuff is what we'll call it, maybe.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that
That's
just
super
wonderful?
fun.
I mean,
maybe you can even use some of the stuff that's coming up on Tuesday for these.
what?
Perhaps. Stay tuned. All right, guys. We got 3 minutes, but I'm just going to kind of call it, and, you know, I mean, we're sort of there, and this, that, and the other. Unless you got any final thoughts there.
I don't, but if you don't have Friends stencils or some of those ones of Carrie's.
Yeah, this was a fun one. We used all kinds of stuff today.
I mean, these are brilliant.
And maybe maybe what I'll do is make a fun little giveaway, like the little eye, as a giveaway one.
Yeah.
Just the little eye.
I think the thing that, I love this one. I love this one because I can use the edge of this. I can use the center of this.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, and then when you've got this size, you've just got that much more. I do really love this a lot too. I love that they're falling off.
Yeah, it's the Hopeless Harlequin.
But can you see how I put these down on the plate? I just put them next to each other. And the way Mariah cuts them out, if you turn them just right, you can really back them right up.
Or you can keep it,
And you can
choose
tell
whether we cut it or not.
On these, I used the credit card to spread. And then sometimes I brayered. Sometimes I didn't. I don't know. If I think about it, I do.
There you go.
Spreads them out better. But these are absolutely wonderful. Now, this comes in these sizes, right?
It's one full sheet. You can request it to be cut or not. That is the pull down option.
It comes like this. I get it.
One sheet.
All together, like that. That's one whole sheet, right?
Yes. Or we can cut it for you. You choose. Yes, all of these stencils are in the shop. Everything that you have seen, other than the little tiny eye, although I may just make that into a giveaway. Request it in the special
Hey, can
instructions.
you do the little eye with a little leaf? It doesn't have to be little. It can be exactly. You don't even have to redo your.
But you just want a square.
I just want the leaf in a square.
All right, I'll work on that perhaps today if I can. We've got our thing that we want to work on.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, there we go. See, that's how we run out the time. We just start yammering on about some stuff. If you're new to the stream, we very much appreciate you hanging out with us. Do give those thumbsy ups. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you aren't a part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, please join us over there. Many of these lovely folks that you saw here in the chat and who hang out with us on a regular basis are there as well. This is the very fast.
We get to message them all the time.
That's right. And you can play with you can, come and collab with us, swap with us. Just generally yammer with us. We love that.
Yeah, and you know, when people
I'm gonna
write
have to cut her
down
off.
stories that go with stuff, man,
Oh, I
I am
love that.
all over that.
Oh yes.
I
Love
mean,
it,
you
love it, love
you
it.
can you know, if you can tell me whatever you're comfortable with telling me, and somehow or other that really means a lot.
Yeah.
Steve's mom. Okay, this is going to be short. Steve's mom, because she used to ask me about my jewelry, and all of it has stories. And she said, you know, when you sell that, you should make sure that the story goes with the article, the bracelet, the earrings, the necklace, whatever. Because the stories I find fascinating. Now, I know everyone doesn't. But
I love a story.
I love a story. And
Colleen's post about the armadillo thing, and she included the collection. Did you see that today?
no, I
Well,
haven't
it was right
been
before
on.
the stream, so yeah.
I haven't. I just barely got to see the mask.
Welcome, Kathy, to Loverly at the very end. I'm so glad that you joined us.
Yes,
But we are calling it. I'm going to cut her off. But yes, love the stories. That's one of the things in Makers. It just,
yes.
it's
You
very special.
can't tell us too much.
Yeah. True.
Well-
She gets a little TMI, but you
Yeah.
know, we aren't offended by it.
We aren't, and it does not. That's what we're all about, because none of us produce art in a vacuum.
That's right.
And enough said. Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
See y'all on Tuesday.
Follow on
Bye.
Tuesday.